Your phone is on.
Hey guys.
Are we live?
We're live.
We're live, okay.
So I want to tell you a little story of how we met. It's a little interesting.
First of all, I just want to say I can't believe we're revisiting this again. Some of you said you wanted to hear this, but for some reason...
We had, I keep getting comments like, how did you guys meet? So we're finally going to just tell them. Okay, so here I was.
You'll hear the truth on this side.
Which is my version.
Which is over here.
So here I was in San Diego. I was just starting out as a chiropractor, and so I didn't really know what I was doing. So I went to the swap meet. Okay, swap meet is like a place where they sell different, junk food and things, junk material and other stuff too, some cool stuff. And so here I am. I'm at the swap meet. I have this little booth, and I'm checking people, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm in my car, my Nissan Sentra, eating a banana, at the time. And then I see this girl come by, and it was Karen with her boyfriend. So I checked her.
It was my ex-boyfriend, actually.
Oh, okay, you're with your ex-boyfriend.
I actually went to the swap meet to find a chiropractor because I had some back trouble, and my roommate said that sometimes there were chiropractors doing screenings at the swap meet.
Yeah, I was like the screening king. So anyway, checked her. I think she was the only person who came in at the time. That was the beginning of my practice. I had no patients. She was like one of my first patients, okay? She comes in.
And yes, it is against the law to hit on and date your patients, but
this was the 90s. This was the early 90s. That's why.
In all fairness, my insurance had been used up, and we were no longer, I don't know how to make this right, but
I don't know where you're going with that.
It was legal.
But anyway, so I didn't have any patients today, so I pretty much gave her a consultation that lasted all day. It was an all day. It must have been hours of, let me do some x-rays here, x-rays there. So anyway, things...
You put me in a hospital gown. I never knew a chiropractor to do that.
Well, that's what you do when you take x-rays.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, she started coming in. She started getting improvement, and I was interested in her. So I decided to ask her out. And the first opportunity that happened was she comes in. She tells me that she broke up with her boyfriend. So in my mind, I'm like, she's probably hinting that she's single now and asking me out. That's what's going on in my mind. Any guy would say that, right?
No.
But so basically, I ask her out, and she says, I get rejected, okay? I get rejected.
Okay.
I said, would you like to go to lunch? And then she says, well, no, you'll probably bill me.
Okay, so this is the truth. How it really went down is that when I say just broke up, I mean like in the parking lot, there was, an emotional moment, and I came in for my doctor's appointment, and I was still a little leaky, okay? And he was in the middle of providing a treatment on my spine, noticing I was a little leaky, and said, what's going on? And I said that I had just had this breakup, and obviously all my attention is still on this other person. And he says, well, if you need to talk about it, I am about to break, and I'd be happy to listen, or something like that. In my mind, I'm like, I'm already paying out of my pocket for these visits. I don't want to download my garbage to my doctor. But in his mind, he's asking me on a date. So question number one to you guys, do you think that that's really asking me out on a date? I could listen more to your problems. So you have to give some feedback on that.
Go ahead and give us feedback if you think I was really asking out, or the interpretation that it wasn't really an ask out or ask.
It was an interpretation.
So I have another question. You just brought something up that's interesting. Okay. So I thought at the screening you were already broken up. So now you're saying...
We did a little back and forth and back and forth.
Okay.
So this happens.
Right.
So we weren't dating.
And you were dating.
And then, he knocked on the door again, and then that didn't work out.
I think this is going to really depend on if there's guys watching or girls, because if someone comes in and they're saying, I broke up... No,
guys, come on. Guys, if you...
Well, let's see what they're saying.
Okay, I don't know how to... Not a date. Someone says, in his mind.
In my delusional mind.
Ray is like, we don't communicate well. Actually, we're awesome. at communicating. We're talking about a really funny time. So, okay, Dr. Berg was a savage.
It was a subtle
He
hint.
seized the moment. Okay, I think these are... Kat, you're letting me down. Joe, I got your back. Oh, Doc, from James, that was not a date. Okay.
Okay, so
Not a date. Heck yes.
see, it's kind of a mixed bag, isn't it?
It's a mixed bag.
All right, so here's what happened next. So rejection number 1, okay, but I was persistent. Mm-hmm. So now number 2, rejection number 2, right?
This is my favorite.
So I'm actually doing what's called a genie rub, which is a massage tool on her back, okay?
Huge
and then what happens is that I ask her out on a date where I said, would you like to do some yoga? I thought I was doing yoga at the time. I thought it was a great place to meet on a date. Let's do yoga, right? And rejection number 2. Okay. She declined.
Okay, so this is what really happened. It is true. I came in again for my visit. I'm on my stomach, and he's doing this big genie rub massage tool on my back. Hair getting caught in the motor.
I fixed that. I undid the knot.
And he says to me, he's my chiropractor, right? He says to me, have you ever considered yoga? And I, who I haven't ever considered yoga, I said, no.
So that was a rejection right there.
Okay.
I had to go out this kind of indirect.
The survey says.
What do you guys think? Was that actually me asking her out or not?
Not. Oh no, this is the last one. Mars and Venus, someone says. That was not asking her out.
That was,
that was the first one. That was the first one. Hi, Manuel. He's watching. Gosh, what is anyone? Not. Man, I gotta go to medical school. Not. Poor attempt, Doc. That was not asking her out.
I didn't want to come out right directly. So it was sort of...
Are you an Aquarius? I am an Aquarius. Or I was Aquarius until they changed the moons and the planet things. And now focus. Okay.
Focus.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Berg. I have to side with Karen. No.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I got that. Let me go to strike 3, okay? 2 rejections. So I decided that I was going to give her one more opportunity to go out with me. So I was going to ask her... I was going to ask her out. So, because 3 strikes, she's going to be out. The relationship is going to be done. So, the third time, check this out.
It hasn't even begun.
The third time, I get on the phone, and I call her, and I ask her out on a date to go to a blues band. This is in San Diego, Pacific Beach, I think it was. It's a great blues band right down the street. Would you like to go to a blues band? And if you don't say that's asking her out, I don't know what is, but I got totally rejected. She says, I'm not interested. So that was it.
Okay, so there is truth. This is the first time there's actually truth in what he says, right? Because he did call me, and he did ask me to a blues band. I am going to give you the other data that he knows very well occurred.
The omission?
The omission, which was, he called me at home at about 11 o'clock at night.
It was 10:30.
No, it was close to 11.
What time do you go to a blues band? Do you go at 9 o'clock? You go later.
This is the first time he called me. It was almost 11 o'clock at night. In the middle of the week, I was in my pajamas already, and actually I was working on paperwork. I had to be at work 5:30 in the morning the next morning.
Do you know how many hours it took me to get up the nerve to call you? I was waiting all day.
I know. I get that. I get that. Yeah. But it was 11 o'clock at night. I was in my pajamas, so it would take me a good 20 minutes to get ready. He lived a good 20 minutes away. Pacific Beach was like 20 minutes away. So we're talking about almost an hour till I get there, and then the band, and then get home and get to bed. So this was primarily the reason I was going to have to pass on this. But what sealed the deal on the no is that his roommates at the time, now he lived in an apartment on the beach with some other guys. As he's asking me out, in the background, I hear, "Go for it, Eric!"
I couldn't help it. They're super dudes, and that's how they communicate.
So anyway, I will say that contributed to my certainty on the no, but most of it was the fact that you did ask me out. So you can get yeses. What are they saying? Too late, Doc. See, right? 11 o'clock in the middle of the week. That's kind of
Dr.
late
Berg,
notice.
you don't call someone at the last minute for a first date. Definitely not.
Right?
Okay.
These guys
All right,
get
okay.
me. These
All right,
guys
so
get
the
me.
timing wasn't the best, okay?
So you want to know how to ask someone out on a date? In the middle of the day, I
It was
call
a little
him.
touchy because, asking your patient, it's kind of like, so I had to do it a little indirectly. So if you like freaked out, I would say, "What? I didn't ask you out. I was just wondering if you like to do yoga."
Oh my gosh, the truth comes out.
Yeah, just kidding.
It's
So
a CYA.
so basically we got 3 strikes.
0
That's
strikes.
it. And now I'm
One-
like, it's kind of like in high school. You like someone, the more you like them, the more they don't like you. And then the minute
No,
that
I
you
liked
decide that you don't like them, now they're interested.
No, I always liked him.
But after our relationship, 3 strikes, I'm pretty much deciding it's over, okay?
Right.
And during this period of time, I was trying to build the rapport because I used to do little mini seminars in my office and then I asked her to help out, which I didn't really have. I used to pass out champagne and cookies because I had a fear of public speaking. So I figured if they drank champagne, they would feel more relaxed and they'd laugh at my jokes.
Can't believe we're talking about all of this.
So anyway, we're at the point of 3 strikes. She's out. I'm done with the relationship. And then it was Christmas time, and she was going home. But she gave me a Christmas present. She made these unbelievable chocolates,
And
which
cookies.
I'm looking at this going, "Oh my gosh, she made these for me
I made them for
exclusively?"
everybody.
See, I didn't know that. I thought, "Oh my gosh, she does like me, right?"
I
So
did
she
like
gives me
you.
these chocolates, and then she walks out and she gives me the look, the back look. And
The
she's
back
coming
look.
around, she's walking out, and then she looks back. Boom, I knew right there, there's something there. I think she does like me.
I did like you. Our producers.
So I'm
Thumbs
like,
up.
okay, so I go back to Wisconsin.
Now that would have been the time to ask me out.
Well, you already had your 3 chances. So that
Wow. I
So
didn't know you-
so I'm gonna go, and if she's interested, she can ask me. If she's
You
not interested,
never thought
so I'm
that.
like, what?
Anyway, I did. I called him up, asked him to my business holiday party. He came and
So
was the end of
basically, well, was there any type of lag time of me responding?
no, as a matter of fact, I was saying, "Oh, Dr. Berg, it's Karen. I know you're relatively new in town. I'm new in town, and my company's having this, and I just thought, you're a chiropractor. These guys are physical therapists, occupational therapists, because that was my profession, occupational therapy. Maybe, there'd be some interest and reality, and,
I'm like, okay.
He's like, okay. I'm like, well, then let me tell you what it is. He's like, no, okay, I'll go. I'm like,
Yeah, so one last little part of this. The night that we were supposed to go, I was doing another screening, right?
we're not going to tell this
Yeah.
whole thing.
No, just this last little part.
Okay.
Here I am doing this little screening, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's late. I got to run. So I get in my car, I get to my apartment, and guess what? I locked my keys in the apartment. I forgot the keys. It is dead bolted. Okay?
Whoops.
So there is a
No show to the first date.
There's a pine tree, okay, next to my second-story apartment it was slightly open. I
The window.
scaled, the window. I scaled that pine tree, Karen, for you. I scaled it all the way up, got in there, got my keys, and of course, arrived at the door.
This explains why when he
On
came,
time.
he was on time and looking amazing. But it did explain why your sleeves were rolled up and you had big globs of sap in your arm.
I couldn't
hair.
get it off. You weren't supposed to see that.
Okay.
So anyway,
Anyway, you
that's
know what?
the story. The rest is
you
history.
could call it fate, but we both worked kind of hard at that one.
Yeah.
But it worked out,
Yeah.
right?
All right, guys. Yeah.
So that answers the question. If you were
That's the
interested, if
story.
you weren't interested, there you go. You have it. And I'm sure you guys will all agree that he didn't ask me out 3 times.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at the comments. I think probably most of the guys will do that.
No, that's it.
All right,
well,
guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Bye.